Caiz started a few years ago when our founders, who are respected businessmen, had to make payments from Turkey to Indonesia, or from Germany to Malaysia. They encountered quite some problems making these international payments. And then they solved this issue for themselves internally by using cryptocurrencies. It solved the issue a little bit, but then they realized, wait a minute, it has to be improved. And then they started diving deeper into this whole topic of making international payments easier. And then they also realized, wait a minute, there are around 1.5, 2 million people all over the world that are underbanked or unbanked, that not enjoy all the financial services and freedoms that the other 5 billion people have. And our founders then quickly realized, wait a minute, these people, they also deserve a good solution for their own future, for the financial future. And that's the founding idea of Caiz, and that sparked our founders to start working on this, and that's the beginning of the journey. We started Caiz with this big vision to provide this alternative financial ecosystem to really help people build their own financial freedoms, build their financial future, to get the best out of themselves, and also improve well-being of society. I think that vision is a vision that motivates and inspires many people all over the world. So, and we stick with that vision, and sticking with that vision means we need to really build that ecosystem, and all software projects take time to build. So what we have been doing is, of course, we have been promoting our vision, say this is what we want to achieve. We have a roadmap, building this whole roadmap towards launching this platform. So there, the whole journey from the start to where we are right now, and I'm proud to say that we are nearing the launch of our blockchain. The first version is ready, and then that is something we look forward to, that to say to the world, you have been waiting for this. Here is the first version of the ecosystem that helps your financial freedom. So that this whole journey from vision towards there is something that inspires people, and we feel that people really want us to succeed because they lack access to such an ecosystem. They want us to succeed. This I think our vision is easy to communicate. I mean, people understand immediately what we want to achieve, and because it's such a nice thing for them, if it really happens, they are part of the journey, and that helps the growth that we are seeing. And our community that is being part right now. Many people wonder if cryptocurrency and blockchain projects are Sharia-compliant or fiqh-compliant. Is it halal? And there's many projects are indeed not halal because there's not enough verification going on. There's a lot of uncertainty going on, speculation, leverage trade. All these things, of course, are not allowed by Islamic principles, Islamic finance. And what we have been doing is that because we are focusing on the Muslim world, we understand that more than 1.5 billion people have no access to these financial services because it is not Islamic compliant. It doesn't adhere to their principles. So building these things into our ecosystem is very important. So what we feel is that many people, they still wonder, hey, is this indeed halal? And that's something we need to explain to our community, because it's a big topic, and if it is not halal, they will not use it. That is something what we, of course, besides educating people on what is blockchain, we need to explain very carefully why we are Islamic compliant. Well, Caiz is Islamic compliant because of many reasons. For example, all transactions in the Caiz blockchain are Sharia compliant. The nodes are run by scholars, so they ensure only Sharia compliant transactions are approved. No products in our ecosystem use interest. We focus on equity participation, really sharing profit and loss in every product in the ecosystem. We eliminate uncertainty by having full verification of all parties involved. We eliminate uncertainty by full transparency and disclosure of all information in a transaction. We incorporate zakat at multiple levels, at the personal level where a user can donate automatically his yearly zakat through the system. We have zakat built in the tokenomics. We have zakat at our company level where we pay zakat from our profits. We have a coin recovery system, so we make sure nobody loses coins, loses access to their coins. We have an inheritance planning built in. Again, nobody loses assets that they have. So you see, at multiple levels, we make sure that we are Islamic compliant. And of course, it's not that we think such. We are guided by well-respected scholars who guide us, who teach us, who advise us on what to do. So every product in the system, every service in the system follows these principles. And also all products that we launch in our ecosystem, together with Caizcoin and the blockchain itself, are FIC compliant. So that makes why the Caiz blockchain and the Caiz ecosystem is Islamic compliant. So indeed, I mean, Caizcoin and the Caiz ecosystem is a new type of system. Yeah, what we see, of course, is that many people don't understand yet how it works. But then what our goal is to make Caizcoin and the Caiz ecosystem a really use case driven ecosystem. And that means that we focus on building products and services that provide real value to people. And when these people use these products, they think, hey, that's a nice product, there's a nice outcome. And for us, our goal is to make sure that people don't even realize that there's blockchain technology behind it, or that they don't realize they were just transferring cryptocurrency. They just see, hey, I could quickly send money from Germany to Turkey, or I could quickly send money from Indonesia to France. And that's this. When that goes quickly and easy, then we say we did a good job. Of course, people who want to understand what's happening, of course, they can understand the blockchain technology behind it, but that's not the goal. So, of course, what we try to achieve is that how we build it is very easy to use. And the interface, of course, is very important to explain the steps, what has to be done. Another thing that's important is that education, because it's such a new topic, we have several educational programs to make sure people understand what's going on. So we have, for example, an educational newsletter that explains the basic topics towards the more advanced topics. What is crypto, what is blockchain in general, towards what makes Caizcoin or the Caiz ecosystem so special in terms of blockchain technology. We are making a cryptocurrency TV series together with our partner Islam channel, where we really go from educating people what is blockchain towards use cases. We let all kind of experts speak. So really making sure that people understand what is blockchain, how does it work. Another thing that we're doing, for example, is building up Caiz Academy. It's a kind of educational program that where we give workshops all over the world to educate people what is blockchain, how do you use Caiz, what can you do with it. So indeed, education is such an important thing to make sure people understand that that there is an alternative to the current financial system. Of course, I mean, we're building that alternative with Caiz so that they understand there is an alternative. And the second step is then, okay, so I understand there is an alternative, how should I use it? So indeed, education is a very important part of making sure people understand that there is an alternative and of course how to use it. I always explain a cryptocurrency as it's simply a digital currency that can be used to make payments when you purchase goods or services, and that this cryptocurrency is a digital asset that is secured by cryptography, and that means that it is very secure. It cannot be counterfeited, and it cannot be double spent. So it is a very secure type of currency. And then you go towards blockchain. Blockchain is nothing more than a distributed ledger that lives on the internet. And a ledger is simply a database, and distributed means it is stored at many places all over the internet. So this blockchain is simply a network of databases that store information about, for example, transfers of your cryptocurrency. So you have some Caizcoin, you transfer it to a friend. That transaction is stored in the blockchain. yeah, and then it's visible for everyone. So that makes it transparent. And of course, important to say is that cryptocurrency lives in the blockchain. So every cryptocurrency is linked to a certain blockchain. And yeah, Caizcoin is then the cryptocurrency that lives inside the Caiz blockchain. The Caiz blockchain is based on Stellar. On the Stellar blockchain, we made a hard fork and then improved and changed the Stellar blockchain towards our Caiz blockchain. And then we had to improve the Stellar blockchain at several levels. So at the lowest level, we changed the consensus mechanism and the nodes. So we have the now normal nodes and supervisory nodes run by scholars. We have the consensus mechanism. We call it IFBA, Islamic Federated Byzantine Agreement, where we have this transaction includes now also FIC-compliant properties that the scholars will check if a transaction is halal. So we have that, and at the top level, we of course included the Islamic financial principles. So it's that no product in the ecosystem living on the blockchain can have interest and it's focused on equity participation. So these principles are baked in the blockchain. No product can be launched in the ecosystem that is not adhering to that. So we made these changes. Another big change that we also made is the tokenomics. We said already that Caiz is a use case driven blockchain project. That means that if new people enter the ecosystem, and we say that that's a fully verified wallet. So I mean, one person can only create one wallet. Only if we have a new verified wallet, the algorithms will then release a small amount of token into the ecosystem, so only when the users grow, we have more tokens available in the ecosystem. And at this point, we start with 40 million tokens. From these 40, 20 million are locked in the liquidity pool, and 20 million are now available to the ecosystem. And then we call it the elastic coin release amount. That means if a new user comes, at this point, 7.75 new Caiz enters the ecosystem. And that 7.75 slowly reduces when more users enter the ecosystem. And if you look at the average number available to the average number of Caiz available to the users, that reduces with every new user entering the ecosystem, and that makes it deflationary. That makes our Caizcoin a very strong currency that has potential for the future, where people can simply hold the coin without losing any purchasing power, which we see with the current financial system, where inflation simply eats away purchasing power. Our tokenomics made it such that we don't need to be afraid for inflation and the reduction in purchasing power. So these are changes that we made into the Caiz blockchain. And I think also one important part to mention is that we also made our blockchain DC in a DC setup, and DC stands for Decentralized-centralized, because we see a trend where you need to cooperate with regulators, with governments, with other parties in a centralized financial world like banks. Combine that with the strength of the decentralized financial world. And you see many projects that are just DeFi, that try to say, okay, we're only focusing on decentralized finance and try to minimize involvement of regulators, of governments, of banks. That is not working. And you see, of course, the current financial system that is just centralized is also not working. But each system has its strength. I mean, the centralized financial world is licensed, is easy to access. The access is easy towards these services. It's well explained. It's easy to use. But of course, it's expensive. It's slow. It's not. And it's not always fair how wealth is distributed. If you look at the DeFi world, the decentralized world, there it's very easy to access, it's cheap, it's always available. But then, because it's not regulated, it's kind of a Wild West, and it's often difficult to use, and that's also then scary for people. But if you combine these two worlds in a DC setup, then you get the best of both worlds. and you will give people the best value. And that's also why we say with the use case driven, you got the benefits of a decentralized, because it's, using the Caiz blockchain is very cheap, it's very fast, it's everybody can sign up, there are no restrictions, but then of course, so they can quickly enter the ecosystem, but all the products in the ecosystem itself are regulated and are also explained by financial institutions that can explain these products well. There's always this fiat on-ramp, a fiat like euros or dollars or lira. You can use your current fiat money towards for entering the ecosystem and go out. You want to make payments with credit cards or debit cards in the real world. So these interactions with the centralized financial world are needed to make the ecosystem very useful. And at Caiz, we made our blockchain such that we have the centralized parties playing a big role while also conserving the decentralized features to make it as strong as possible. So that is, I would say the Caiz blockchain, the Caiz ecosystem is a unique blend of a very strong core blockchain improved with the Islamic principles, and also making sure everything is regulated so that people can enjoy protection while using financial services. We started the Caiz journey started with this idea of making international payments easier. So the first service that we would say people can use is international payments and remittances. At this point, if you want to make a payment from Germany to Nigeria, it's a very slow and expensive process. It's difficult for people in Nigeria to get really money in their hands. So this is a very clear use case where you have a wallet in Germany, I'm in Nigeria, I have my wallet, you can send me the Caizcoin quickly and cheaply, and I can use then my Caizcoin to make payments in Nigeria. So these payment gateways also to make payments with a card in a country, that's a use case. Exchanging your Caiz for fiat, that's a second use case. But then that is just for making payments. But then of course we go bigger. You can make investments through the Caiz platform. Let me give an example with a tokenized real estate. So you have some savings. For example, you saved 300 euro. You want to invest that money into something, preferably in real estate. Of course, buying a house is expensive. So then we offer tokenized real estate where we divide a whole house into 1 million small pieces. Then you can buy, for example, 300 small pieces of the house. Then you're a small house owner. That house is rented, so you receive some small rental income on a monthly basis. So these are then products that help you build your portfolio, what you can do in the Caiz blockchain. We are also incorporating, for example, Caiz Gold. That is a stable coin based and backed by gold. It helps you investing. It helps by investing. It helps you by letting you invest in gold, but removing the difficulties of owning gold. You need to store gold. Moving gold is difficult and expensive. So the gold-backed Caiz Gold stores gold for you in the vault. It is tokenized ownership. So if you buy 1 Caiz Gold, you have a small piece of gold, and then you can use a Caiz Gold with the same ease of using cryptocurrencies, cheap and fast and 24/7 payments. So these are small projects. So these are then investment products that we are offering in the Caiz ecosystem that everybody can enjoy. And another example that is a bit longer, further down the road, is where we provide this kind of crowdsourcing for people. So you have a business, you want to raise 10,000 euro for buying equipment that you need in your business. You present your case. People can then invest small portions in your projects. They become an equity shareholder. They participate then in the risks and in the losses and in the profits. You can extend your business. The people that invested in your business they see the progress of your business, and then when you're done, you can buy back your shares from them. And of course, I call it shares, but of course it's tokenized ownership. But then, so these are then projects where people can raise money and where people can invest in money. And it's all about community building, where people help each other grow. And that's also a beautiful thing of course, Islamic finance is it's creating this just and fair environment. It's creating, it's focusing on building long-term benefits for society. And if people, small investors can help invest and grow a business, it makes the community stronger. And also these people will promote the business in itself. And of course, because it's such a personal setup, the business owner will also reward extra and the small investors. So these are then examples that are coming down the road inside the Caiz ecosystem. And well, many more will come. We also have the Caiz Earn program. And the Caiz Earn program is an Islamic staking program, you could say, where you pool your coins in the liquidity pool from the Caiz ecosystem. And we use those coins for our market making activities and for liquidity provision. So our trading team uses these coins to make sure that people all over the world can buy and sell their Caiz quickly and easily on the exchanges. The program is already live for over a month. We have now more than 6 million Caiz coins pooled in the liquidity pool. And if you pool your tokens, you earn a small reward. The rewards are generated by the actual trading, by our trading team. So these rewards are then shared with the people that pooled their Caiz coin in the liquidity pool. It's important to mention that this Caiz Earn program is halal, and we comply to Islamic financial principles, because we use the coins that are pooled in the liquidity pool for actual trading. And only the profits that are being generated from the trading are shared with the people that pool their Caiz coins. So there's no interest being paid. It's really used in trading activities. We do something with the coins, we trade them. There's a small risk involved, but of course the profits, if we do it properly, the market making and liquidity provision, a profit is generated, and that profit is shared then with the token holders. That's the Caiz Earn program. Yeah, partnerships are pretty important to make sure the ecosystem works. For example, we need exchanges, crypto exchanges to be part of the ecosystem. We have partners for security and for custodian services. These are strategic partners, and we are very selective at Caiz on who we accept to be our partner. For example, if you look at exchanges, these exchanges need to make sure that they do proper KYC of their users. So I mean, if an exchange doesn't do proper KYC or doesn't do any KYC at all, they cannot be a partner from Caiz. So that decentralized exchanges cannot be a partnership for this reason, because there's no KYC there. Also for exchanges, it's important that there are no leveraged tradings allowed with Caizcoin, or that there are no exotic products based on or made from Caiz. So that the exchange also adheres to Islamic financial principles with Caizcoin. So also security is very important, and we check the security levels from the exchange to make sure that they are not hacked, or to minimize the risk that they are hacked. Of course, we cannot be sure that an exchange is not hacked, but of course we check how well the security levels of an exchange are. So exchanges are a very important part of the ecosystem, and we make sure that these are good and secure places to buy and sell your Caizcoin. Also, what I mentioned, security or custodian-wise, we work together with top-notch partners like Fireblocks or Copper or CoinCover to make sure that all the coins that we store for the ecosystem are in a secure place, that there are fixed procedures on how to access these coins to minimize the risks of being hacked or to lose coins. So yeah, indeed, partnerships are very important, and we are very selective in who we work with to ensure quality and security of the Caiz ecosystem. Caiz likes to align itself with sports because sports really gets the best out of people. I mean, if you want to reach the top in a sports discipline, you need to be committed, dedicated, you need to have your goals right. And if you really show that dedication and commitment to the sport, you can achieve greatness. And also, if you look at Caiz, what we try to do is help people get the best out of their lives. And we want to provide the tools that give people financial freedom, that they can build a financial future, that they can provide for themselves, for their kids, be a strong member of their communities, really help the community forward. So that is something that we value a lot with Caiz. And that's also why we say, if you reach the top in a sports discipline, you are in fact the embodiment of what we want everyone to achieve. So, and that's also something we're very proud to mention and to tell about our first ambassador, Khamzat Chimaev. He's a world-class MMA fighter. And if you look at his story, the story of his life, he's really the embodiment of lifelong commitment and dedication towards greatness. So his youth, he was born in Chechnya, was difficult. I mean, lots of conflict in that time, in that region. But he said, okay, I have my goals. I want to be a world-class MMA fighter. He committed himself to it. He dedicated his life to it, and he achieved greatness. And his story inspires so many people all over the world to whatever happens, just commit, dedicate your life to it, and you can achieve greatness. And that's also why we're so proud to have then Chimaev as our ambassador. Together with Caiz, we feel that we have the tools, and we want to build the tools to allow people to reach greatness. And with Chimaev, he is the embodiment of that greatness. It is possible. Yeah, and another partnership that we have is Islam Channel. If you look at Islam Channel, it's the world's biggest satellite TV program focused on the Islamic world. And so the Islam Channel is a leading station that prides itself for innovation and that wants to educate the audiences. And that is something also with Caiz. Education is such an important thing to make sure that people understand that they can build a better financial future. So with Islam Channel, we made a partnership where we provide expert knowledge about blockchain, about financial futures, and we combine that with the reach and the professionalism of Islam Channel. With Islam Channel, we're making this crypto TV series where we focus on educating the Muslim world. What is blockchain? What is cryptocurrency? And how can you really improve your financial freedom using modern tools? And that is something that's also pretty exciting, because Islam Channel has they already focused in the past on increasing financial literacy with the audience, and their audience loves learning more about it. And then of course, if you look at the Muslim world, the Muslims are amongst the biggest user of cryptocurrency. So there's a big need to explain exactly what is cryptocurrency, what is blockchain, and that's also why this partnership with Islam Channel TV is very excited, that we can combine forces and make sure that financial literacy is improved around the world. If you want to know more about Caiz, of course, you can go to our social media platforms. Here we have regular postings about what's happening, the educational series. We have our blog posts at Medium, on the Medium site, where you can read all about us. Our website, of course, has always the latest data. And we are very excited that in June, our new blockchain solution is finally there. So from June onwards, when the blockchain is there, you can simply register and start using Caiz coins in the ecosystem. Subscribe to our social media so you always stay on top with the latest information, and there you can continue together with us the journey to make Caiz a big success. To conclude this video, I think we went from the start to Caiz, what our mission is, where we want to go in the future. I think if you feel the energy at the office, everybody is really focused on building the solution for our audience. We have a lot of energy in the office. Everybody is passionate about building this ecosystem. I hope you feel the same energy as well. I think it's if you want to participate in the Caiz ecosystem, you automatically help building this alternative financial system where by simply using these products you have a social impact, you have an ethical impact on the world. So if you want to help make the world a better place where investments are made that really help forward the world, be a part of Caiz, of the Caiz ecosystem. Exciting things are happening and we look forward to take this journey together with you and make Caiz a big success, and more important, make sure that every user can get the best out of their own lives and really can help put a mark on the world and make the world a better place.